Hi guys, today is the 19th of July 2019 at 8 minutes past 9 in the morning over here in the UK, and the 17th of July has passed. It was a watch date that's now passed. However, one of the things I was watching out for on the 17th of July was Robert Mueller testifying to Congress and things evolving out of that in terms of, news, Donald Trump possibly connected with the whole cult interpretation from the iPad Go 2 video. Either way, Robert Mueller's testimony has been moved to July 24th, and I think it's interesting that today's Google Doodle also depicts July 24th. You've got the 7 over here, represented by the letter G, and then you've got the astronaut standing with the ladder, which represents kind of like a slash between the G and the rest of the letters, so they kind of separated the 7th letter of the alphabet, which could stand for July. Then you've got GLE. They're not separated, so I assume that they are all together, which is 7, 12, and 5. 7 and 12 is 19, plus the 5 is 24. 7, 24 is shown there again. And I'm not exactly sure what they're saying is going to happen on July 24th. Obviously, we've got a lot of different interpretations, a lot of different events, which I don't think are all going to unfold on the same day, or more likely to unfold on a linear timescale. One event after the other. Even in the iPad Go 2 video, I pointed out previously in one of my videos where I was looking at July 17th, a time frame of 2:44, and that was taken from the 2 X's on the hangman's eyes, which are actually number 4s, and also from the shark's mouth, where the shark's mouth makes number 2, and inside that mouth is 8 teeth, but counted as 2 sets of 4, so 24 again. Now again, as I said, I'm not sure if anything's going to happen. It just seems to be popping up across 3 different outlets. So mainstream media news in terms of Robert Mueller, the Google Doodle, as you can see here in front of you, and the iPad Go 2 video. So I'm just going to play this. It's a 4-minute long video about Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and another guy, the other one who went up there, talking about their journey to the moon and back. Obviously, I believe that throughout the video, there's a lot of images that need to be decoded. I haven't done any of it yet. I just wanted to upload this first, and then if I see anything later, I can then upload and edit, or I'll just place it in the comments on that video. So here we go.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hi, I'm Mike Collins, astronaut on Apollo 11. 50 years ago, I went on an adventure which took Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin to the surface of the moon for the first time in history, while I stayed in orbit 60 miles above them in the command module, which would eventually bring us all home. After a big breakfast, our rocket lifted off in the morning of July 16th, 1969. Neil, Buzz, and I felt the weight of the world on our shoulders. It took around 400,000 people to land humankind on the moon. From engineers to computer programmers to the people who sewed airtight spacesuits. We thought our onboard computer was very sophisticated, but in fact it had less computing power than what we all carry around in our pockets today. NASA worked with 3 antennas around the Earth, one in Spain, one in Australia, and one in California. So our team in Houston could see us anytime and tell what our trajectory should be, no matter which way the Earth was turned. We were in constant sunlight between the Earth and the Moon. In order to regulate the temperatures on Apollo 11, we had to perform a maneuver which some called a barbecue roll, in which we rotated sideways like a chicken on a spit. The first time we saw the moon up close, it was a magnificent spectacle. It was huge. cascading and making a golden halo and filled our entire window. As impressive as the view was of this alien moon seen up close, it was nothing compared to the sight of the tiny Earth. The Earth was the main show. The Earth was it. After a tense descent, in which they almost ran out of fuel, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon on July 20th, 1969.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man. One giant leap for mankind.
Neil and Buzz set up an American flag and a plaque that read, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon. July 1969 AD. We came in peace for all mankind." Behind the moon I was by myself, all alone, but not lonesome. If you counted, there were 3 billion plus 2 people on one side and me on the other. I felt very comfortable back there. I even had hot coffee. We arrived back on Earth on July 24th, 1969, and landed in the Pacific Ocean. We were invited to take a tour around the world, and I was amazed that everywhere we went, people would say, we did it. We, you and me, the inhabitants of this wonderful Earth, we did it. Houston, Mike Collins on Apollo 11. Thank you so much for joining me today. Mike Collins out.
So that's the video, and we have, a lot of information to go through in terms of the imagery that they're using there. It's similar to the Google Doodle that they did with the 360 view, with the the wedding with the woman and the man and the moon and everything else. And there was a lot of subliminal messaging in there through that whole video. So I'm assuming that this one is the same, and will require some slowing down, some looking at the background, so not really focusing on the rocket or the spacecraft itself necessarily, but what's going on in the background. But I thought I would give you my interpretation for what the Google Doodle says today. As I say, that's the same day that Robert Mueller's due to testify up on Capitol Hill. Seems but a significant event. They moved it from the 17th to the 24th. The 24th on the Julian calendar also just happens to be the 11th of July, which is again that 7-11 reference, 7 twice possibly, if not the 27th, which I already have marked on my channel. So you guys, that is everything. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.